Hello, this is Richard Wilson coming to you from the Family Offices Group. I'm here in Liechtenstein today to speak at a family office conference. And I thought it would be appropriate, since I'm writing a book on family offices right now, to record a short video for you on family office corporate governance, or family office governance best practices. This is something that's not talked about enough, I think, in the space. I think the same with the fund management industry. I think that investors and clients of family offices appreciate strong corporate governance, but many times it's kind of a side note, and it's not, their core business to be experts at governance. But I really think that most family offices should have very strong governance procedures in place, because although there's not been a lot of high-profile scandals having to do with family offices, it's more affected the fund management industry. They could come, and you want to make damn sure that's not on your family office that has a scandal. So that's the immediate reason to do this. But I think that clients and people who are looking to select a family office to manage their wealth are going to require this more and more. So you might as well get ahead of that trend and have something sort of innovative going on at your family office. Now, what is corporate governance for family offices? Basically, it's putting in checks, balances, rules, procedures, and policies so that the family office operates in a way that serves the best interest of the clients. So if the marketing materials of the family office promise that assets will be managed in a certain way, there are things in place to make sure that that rule is never broken. If clients are promised that investments can be unwound within 2 months' notice and all of assets can be, sold and liquidized and capital provided back to them in a certain amount of time, then that needs to be able to be done at all times. So the rules need to be stuck to, the laws need to be stuck to, and in general, when the family office is looking to expand, or maybe a family office that used to require $50 million in assets under management wants to lower it to $5 million, the board of advisors or the governance board should make sure that the service quality that people signed up for when they joined the family office in the past is not going to be lowered because of that. So in other words, they're kind of a watchdog internally for the family office. Generally, on a governance board, it consists of 1 or 2 executives from the family office who are familiar with the day-to-day operations and help lead the family office. It would include maybe 1 or 2 people from the board of advisors, or maybe a couple more than that. And it would include a couple outside independent executives who have deep expertise in governance, either for a corporation, they're bringing it to the family office arena now, or specifically in the wealth management or family office arena. So it's important that the board is diverse and includes both in-house board of advisor and external members. That'll result typically in the most effective board. And it's important that the governance board has some teeth, that the head of it can, to some degree, tell the CEO of the family office or the executive director what to do, and they can enforce some of the decisions they make, or at least make everybody aware this is an issue that should be very seriously considered, so that their suggestions aren't always brushed aside or ignored. Now, what do family offices do on a more granular level? I wanted to cover that real quick. One of the most important things is putting in place policies. Who needs to approve what? At what dollar level threshold do multiple people need to approve something? So a good example of this is if a portfolio manager selects a hedge fund manager and he wants to put the family office client money in it. It could be that to get a new fund manager approved on the board, on the selection of fund managers that can be chosen within the family office, that not only the portfolio manager has to approve that person, but perhaps the board of advisors has to review and approve it, perhaps the CEO of the whole family office has to approve it. In this way, the portfolio manager's brother, who runs a hedge fund out of Connecticut or London, isn't put in the lineup for an investment. This way it prevents any kind of strong favoritism. If it obviously doesn't make sense to work with that hedge fund manager, then probably the board of advisors and the CEO are not also going to sign off on it, because they're putting their job at risk and potentially, worse, their whole business at risk by doing so. They're just doing somebody a favor. So that's really one important thing, policies. And there's dozens of different policies like that could be in place. Another important thing is a ethics policy. That's something I talk about in my recent book called The Family Office Book. And I talk about there the importance of an ethics policy, give an example of $1 billion single family office I know that has an ethics policy in place, and how it's really helped them in guiding decisions and kind of business morals within their family office. That's important, and that should be put together by the governance board if it's not already in place at your family office. A few other things are policies, or not policies, but processes that should be in place. So when someone's hired, what is the process for interviewing somebody? What is the process for making sure that the family office's services stay at a very high level? And the last thing that they should really be in charge of, which is really important to the long-term success of the family office, is kind of power transfers. When they fire a portfolio manager and hire another one, how that works, what are the legal risks of doing so, and what are the ethical responsibilities of doing so. Also, if they're going to replace the CEO, or the CEO needs to be replaced, depending on the type of family office, then the governance board would be partially in charge of making sure that the exit is done properly and the hiring process of that new CEO is done properly. And this is different than just setting up a policy. This is more of a hands-on job for the governance board to be more involved with the decisions going on related to that. So I hope that this helps sum up kind of how a family office corporate governance board is supposed to form a structure and kind of a ecosystem environment for the family office to work in, but also serve as a watchdog for making sure that they do what they promise to do for clients. This can help with family office marketing, help grow your family office business, can help improve your operations, help you appear more institutional to everybody involved. And at the end of the day, it might help you attract even better talent for the same amount of money to your family office, because it shows you're serious about doing things right and that you have a long-term bias towards your family office business. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to learn more about family offices, please visit familyofficesgroup.com. This is Richard Wilson from the Family Offices Group, coming to you from Liechtenstein. Thanks.